On November 12, North Korea officially ratified a landmark defense pact with Russia, marking a significant step in the strengthening of military and strategic ties between the two nations. According to the Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, the deal was ratified by a decree issued by North Korean leader Kim Jong-Un. The treaty, which solidifies a deeper security cooperation, is expected to take effect on the day both countries exchange the ratification instruments, signaling the formal commencement of the agreement. This agreement comes after a unanimous vote by Russian lawmakers the previous week, who gave their approval to the defense pact. Shortly thereafter, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed the treaty, completing the process of ratification on Russia's end. The swift and decisive action by both nations underscores the growing alliance between Moscow and Pyongyang, which has gained increasing attention on the global stage in recent years due to the broader geopolitical context. The ratification of this defense pact is a notable development, as it comes at a time of heightened tension in global affairs. Relations between Russia and the West, particularly the United States and NATO, have been deteriorating due to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and other regional issues. In this context, the growing partnership between North Korea and Russia appears to be a strategic maneuver aimed at bolstering their security interests against perceived Western threats. Details of the pact are still emerging, but analysts believe the agreement could involve a range of military cooperation, including arms trade, joint military exercises, and intelligence sharing. North Korea, which has faced crippling international sanctions for its nuclear weapons program, is expected to benefit from the defense pact in terms of access to advanced Russian military technology and expertise. For Russia, the treaty provides a means to strengthen its ties with a key ally in East Asia, further enhancing its strategic positioning in the region. The relationship between Russia and North Korea has grown increasingly close in recent years. While Russia has long been a major player in international diplomacy, particularly in the context of its rivalry with the United States and NATO, North Korea's strategic importance has also grown, especially given its location on the Korean peninsula and its relationship with regional powers such as China. The defense pact with North Korea is viewed as a further step in Russia's efforts to expand its influence in the region and counterbalance the US and its allies. One of the driving forces behind the defense pact is likely the shared interest in countering US and Western influence. Both Russia and North Korea have been subject to significant international pressure, particularly from the United States and its allies, and have faced various forms of sanctions, both economic and military. The defense agreement provides them with a mechanism to reinforce their positions and potentially gain leverage in negotiations with the West. For North Korea, the agreement with Russia is seen as a move to strengthen its military capabilities and ensure its security in the face of ongoing challenges. Despite its isolation on the global stage, North Korea has consistently pursued a policy of military self-reliance, and the defense pact with Russia is expected to further enhance its military capabilities. Russia, for its part, has expressed support for North Korea's sovereignty and security, emphasizing the importance of maintaining stability on the Korean peninsula. The timing of the pact is also significant in light of the broader geopolitical climate. North Korea's relationship with Russia has become more pronounced as tensions have escalated in the Asia-Pacific region, particularly with regard to North Korea's nuclear weapons program and its ongoing missile tests. The Security Pact could be interpreted as a signal of support from Moscow for North Korea's stance on these issues, especially as Russia has been a vocal critic of US-led sanctions and military activities in the region. The defense pact with Russia also comes at a time when North Korea's relationship with China remains crucial. China, as North Korea's main economic and diplomatic partner, plays a key role in shaping Pyeongchang's foreign policy decisions. While China has historically been a major backer of North Korea, it has also expressed concerns over the country's nuclear weapons program and missile tests. The strengthening of ties between Russia and North Korea, however, could help mitigate any potential friction with China by diversifying North Korea's diplomatic and military relationships. The US and its allies are closely monitoring the situation, as the defense pact between Russia and North Korea could have broader implications for regional security. The US has long been concerned about North Korea's nuclear ambitions, and the possibility of increased military cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow has raised alarms in Washington. US officials have stated that they will continue to push for the enforcement of international sanctions against North Korea and will seek to limit the influence of Russia and other countries in bolstering North Korea's military capabilities. The implications of the pact are also significant for the broader international community, as it could further complicate efforts to address the ongoing North Korean nuclear crisis. For years, the US, South Korea, and other regional powers have pursued diplomatic efforts to denuclearize North Korea and prevent the country from further advancing its missile and nuclear weapons programs. The defense pact with Russia, however, could be seen as a setback to these efforts, as it strengthens North Korea's position and provides it with additional military support. In response to the pact, the United States and its allies are likely to intensify diplomatic efforts to prevent further military cooperation between Russia and North Korea. The US has already imposed a range of sanctions on both Russia and North Korea, and it is expected that these measures will be expanded to include any new defense-related agreements that emerge from the pact. Diplomatic channels, such as the United Nations, will likely be used to raise concerns about the deal and to call for further international pressure on both Russia and North Korea. Despite these concerns, the Russia-North Korea Defense Pact signals the continuation of a complex and evolving geopolitical situation. As both Russia and North Korea face increasing pressure from the West, their strategic partnership offers them a way to push back against perceived attempts to isolate them from the international community. Whether this pact will lead to increased military cooperation or remain largely symbolic will depend on the actions of both countries in the coming months. Overall, the ratification of this defense pact represents a new chapter in the relationship between Russia and North Korea. It underscores the growing alignment between these two nations as they seek to counterbalance the influence of the US and its allies in global affairs. As the pact takes effect, the world will be watching closely to see how it shapes the security dynamics of the Korean Peninsula and the broader geopolitical landscape. The agreement could have far-reaching implications for international diplomacy, regional stability, and the future of global security.